Welcome to our next chapter in our series of questions and answers for a world in crisis. Important questions about the earth and mankind, its future and his. Today we look to the writings of Sri Aurobindo and Mother about the earth. One is overwhelmed by the media with its emphasis on conflict, war, murder, and the darkest side of humanity. Sri Aurobindo and the Mother have come to our suffering earth to uplift us and have brought down a power they have termed the supramental. It is this power that will transform earth and all who are open to seeking a higher and truer life. Here are Mother's words. 1956, 29 February, 29 March. Lord, thou hast willed, and I execute. A new light breaks upon the earth. A new world is born. The things that were promised are fulfilled. The manifestation of the supramental upon earth is no more a promise, but a living fact, a reality. It is at work here, and one day will come when the most blind, the most unconscious, even the most unwilling, shall be obliged to recognize it. Open yourself to the new light that has dawned upon earth, and a luminous path will spread in front of you. 28 May 1956. Mother continuing. Last night I had a vision of what the supramental world would be like if people were not sufficiently prepared. The confusion that now exists on earth is nothing in comparison with what might happen. Just imagine an extremely powerful will with the capacity to transform matter according to its liking. If the sense of collective unity did not grow in proportion to the growth of power, the resulting conflict would be even more acute and chaotic than all our material conflicts. Man must understand that in spite of all his intellectual achievements, he is as incapable of perceiving the supramental vibrations as the animal was incapable of perceiving the mental vibrations when they pervaded the earth before the appearance of the human species. It is certainly the first time that the supramental has come down as a general force of transformation for the whole earth. It is a new starting point in the terrestrial creation. To comfort you, I may say that by the very fact that you live upon earth at this moment, you absorb with the air that you breathe this new supramental substance which is spreading in Earth's atmosphere. And it is preparing in you things you will manifest all of a sudden as soon as you have taken the decisive step. Whether that will help you or not to take this decisive step is another question which has to be studied, because the experiences that are happening and will now happen more and more, being of a quite new character, one cannot know beforehand what will come to pass. One must study, and after a close study, one would be able to say with certainty whether this supramental substance will make the work of the new birth easy or not. I shall tell you about it a little later on. For the moment, it is better not to count on these things, but simply to take to the way for the birth into the spiritual life. I am on earth because it is on earth that the divine work must be done, and for no other reason. 24th August 1935. From Sri Aurobindo. I have no intention of achieving the supermind for myself only. I am not doing anything for myself, as I have no personal need of anything, neither of salvation, moksha, nor supramentalization. If I am seeking after supramentalization, it is because it is a thing that has to be done for the earth consciousness. And if it is not done in myself, it cannot be done in others. My supramentalization is only a key for opening the gates of the supramental to the earth consciousness. Done for its own sake, it would be perfectly futile. It is not for personal greatness that I am seeking to bring down the supermind. I care nothing for greatness or littleness in the human sense. I am seeking to bring some principle of inner truth, light, harmony, peace into the earth consciousness. I see it above and know what it is. I feel it ever gleaming down on my consciousness from above, and I am seeking to make it possible for it to take up the whole being into its own native power, instead of the nature of man continuing to remain in half light, half darkness. I believe the descent of this truth, opening the way to a development of divine consciousness here, to be the final sense of the earth evolution. If greater men than myself have not had this vision and this ideal before them, that is no reason why I should not follow my truth sense and truth vision. If human reason regards me as a fool for trying to do what Krishna did not try, I do not in the least care. Here are some passages from Sri Aurobindo's magnum opus, Savitri. Its lines of incomparable beauty carry in them the mantric force. Then came the abrupt, transcendent miracle. The masked, immaculate grandeur could outline, at travail, in the occult womb of life, his dreamed magnificence of things to be, a crown of the architecture of the worlds, a mystery of married earth and heaven, annexed divinity to the mortal scheme. He comes unseen into our darker parts, and, curtained by the darkness, does his work. A subtle and all-knowing guest and guide, till they too feel the need and will to change. All here must learn to obey a higher law. Our body's cells must hold the immortal's flame, else would the spirit reach alone its source, leaving a half-saved world to its dubious fate. Nature would ever labor unredeemed. Our earth would ever spin unhelped in space. And this immense creation's purpose fail, till at last the frustrate universe sank undone. Our early approaches to the infinite are sunrise splendors on a marvelous verge, while lingers yet unseen the glorious sun. What now we see is a shadow of what must come. The earth's uplook to a remote unknown is a preface only of the epic climb of human soul from its flat earthly state to the discovery of a greater self and the far gleam of an eternal light. When darkness deepens, strangling the earth's breast, and man's corporeal mind is the only lamp, as a thief's in the night shall be the covert tread of one who steps unseen into his house. A voice ill-heard shall speak, the soul obey, a power into mind's inner chamber steal. A charm and sweetness open life's closed doors, and beauty conquer the resisting world. The truth light capture nature by surprise. A stealth of God compel the heart to bliss, and earth grow unexpectedly divine. Here upon earth are early awakenings, moments that tremble in an air divine, and grown upon the yearning of her soil. Time's sunflowers gaze at gold eternity. There are imperishable beatitudes. A million lotuses swaying on one stem, world after colored and ecstatic world, climbs towards some far unseen epiphany. A strength he sought that was not yet on earth, help from a power too great for mortal will, the light of a truth now only seen afar, a sanction from his high, omnipotent source. Earth, by this golden superfluity, bore thinking man and more than man shall bear. Earth is the chosen place of mightiest souls. Earth is the heroic spirit's battlefield, the forge where the arch-mason shapes his works. Thy servitudes on earth are greater, King, than all the glorious liberties of heaven. All earth shall be the Spirit's manifest home. Thus shall the earth open to divinity, and common natures feel the wide uplift, illumine common acts with the Spirit's ray, and meet the deity in common things. Nature shall live to manifest secret God. The Spirit shall take up the human play. This earthly life become the life divine.